Was liberal columnist Adam Epstein and former New York Congresswoman, Trump 2020 Advisory Board member Nan Hayworth. Nan, I'm not surprised by the hypocrisy. All politicians are hypocritical in some way, but it's irksome that the mainstream media didn't much report on the Hillary side of all this for months.
They have elided all of that information, as you and Steve just so thoroughly laid out. But here's another aspect. Susan Rice herself abused her powers to unmask members of the Trump transition team when they were meeting entirely legally with some representatives from the United Arab Emirates. She used that as pretext to unmask, to try to figure out if there was some way they could presumably cause some difficulty for the Trump transition team. And why are they doing all this? Why is Susan Rice, in some ways, putting herself back out in the spotlight when, indeed, this kind of negative could come against her? They're doing this because they know that
they can get away with it.
Well, the investigation of the investigation is coming. Bill Barr, the Attorney General, is going to be revealing a lot that
but
they
they're
don't
doing
want
it now
revealed.
because, and I think they're certain that when all this information does come out, it's going to somehow be buried. The mainstream media is with them. They always have.
This is true.
Adam, you know, I must admit that I'm more with Lindsey Graham than I am with President Trump on what you should do. I think the easiest, it's like when I deal with the IRS, I always err on the side of the IRS. You know, I always try to, if I have to overpay them, that's better than getting in trouble with them. And in this case, if you miss any good information, good tidbits from some foreigner, I think, okay, that's fine so long as you say no to anything that comes along. What do you think?
Well, I mean, it's very rare you're going to find me agreeing with Lindsey Graham. I mean, the bottom line is this. Forget all the other debates. Forget the whataboutism. Hillary Clinton's not president. Susan Rice isn't in the cabinet. Here's the bottom line. Trump on ABC said that he would not tell the FBI if a foreign power was willing to offer him dirt. That is not okay.
Was it
That's
not okay for
line.
Hillary not to tell anybody that she was getting dirt from Russians?
It's not okay for any... It's not okay for anybody,
so
David,
why don't we hear from George
president.
Stephanopoulos about what Hillary did?
Because Donald Trump is president, not Hillary, okay? The FBI is not an illegitimate organization.
I think it's because George once worked for the Clintons. That's what was going on here.
You know what? You know what the one thing that's true that Donald Trump said? That if he stood on Fifth Avenue and shot people, he'd win again and get votes. Because that's what's going on here. How come you can't just be patriots and not make it a partisan issue and say this is wrong? A lot of Republicans are on Twitter today saying they did Oppo research for years. This is not Oppo research. This would be accepting information from a hostile foreign power. David, you said it yourself. Side with the law. It's the rule of law.
I would side, which means that I would go against Hillary. I would go against a lot of Democrats who do the same thing and don't admit it the way President Trump did. Go ahead,
the
Nan.
Obama era DOJ and FBI. Adam, that's perhaps the most troubling thing. I mean, the fact that Hillary Clinton isn't president is merely incidental to this. The fact that they all paid for and then used, the Democrats, the Clinton campaign, and then the Obama DOJ and FBI used that fallacious information gathered with the help of and from foreign sources to act against a legitimate campaign is an abuse of the legitimate purpose of government.
Difference between President Trump and the Democrats is Trump admits he would use it, and the Democrats won't admit to anything. Adam and Nan, we got to leave it at that. Thank you.